greatdeals.com. Make a difference without the expense with All About Cabinets and Countertops.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin' hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show, home of positive business talk. Here's something cheery. Hardly a day goes by without some high-profile hacking or cyber attack.
I thought you said something cheery.
Well, the cheery part is we're going to test your cyber awareness, your website security awareness.
We are going to test your website security awareness. Are you protected? You know, most of the time when you hear about all of these cyber attacks and these hacking jobs, there was a leak, there was something somewhere. And nobody was expecting the bad guys to get in. So we're going to give you a little quiz to find out if your website is protected, if you've got enough security. It's a quick little yes or no quiz, but we want to make sure that you are not the next one featured in the news.
Right.
And so let's find out how secure you really are. Number one, and these are just yes or no, and it's 10 questions. Yes or no.
Okay.
Is your CMS software up to date?
Do you know what
I
a
don't
CMS
even know what even
is?
CMS is, right? But they say one of the most common security issues is outdated or other CMS software.
Right.
When I think about my phone, it's always telling me an update. On my computer, it's always telling me I need to do an update. And the reason that you do, a lot of the times, it's for security updates. And you've seen the stories where the guy goes into the coffee shop and, 8 out of 10 people haven't done the latest security update.
Right.
And he can hack right into their phone.
It's so true. By the way, CMS stands for Content Management System. Most people most business owners know that by the name WordPress.
All right. Well, apparently you can actually set it to automatically install updates.
Absolutely.
I know some people don't like the whole automatic thing.
On your WordPress website, it's a right thing to do.
What about on your phone?
Sure. I don't, but you should.
But somebody should, but not me. Not me. Okay. Question number 2.
All right.
Are you using trusted third-party plugins and themes?
Yes, I am. And yes, you should be as well. WordPress is as popular as it is because it's open source, right? Mm-hmm. It's very powerful, and there are thousands of plugins that help it do things differently and better and whatever. But you got to get it from a trusted source.
But each time you have something different, it kind of gives a little backdoor or something that hackers can get into.
It's possible to be exploited.
Always get them from trusted sites and make sure that they've got good reviews and that they are up to date. Again, see question number 1.
Yep.
Question number 3, yes or no? Have you changed default settings on your CMS?
First thing. Absolutely. The answer is yes. The default settings would be something like your router. And if you don't know, your router comes with a default setting, to log into your router, and the password and username is admin.
Right. And the hackers know this.
Yes.
And if you haven't changed it,
Yep. Change your credentials.
Question number 4, yes or no? Do you promptly remove outdated access permissions?
Yep.
So somebody's not with you anymore. The project is done. Are you removing their permission to play with you?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So once a project is done or an employee with access leaves the company, always delete their permissions and always, and check into these periodically, because every now and then one slips through the cracks and we forget about it. Right. All right. So question number 5, we're halfway there to find out how secure you are in your website protection.
Right.
Does your website URL start with the letters HTTPS?
S. That's the secure socket layer, or otherwise known as an SSL certificate. And the answer is yes.
And the answer is yes.
Now, and more these days, you get Google is being very particular about it. And if you go to a website that doesn't have the HTTPS security, it will say, warning, before you even get to the website, you're about to go into an unsecure, safe, dangerous, dark alley. Do you really wish to proceed? And it freaks people out.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. All right, so we're halfway there. How are you scoring so far?
5 out of 5.
All right, question number 6 on how secure are your website practices. Are you using a WAF, Web Application Firewall? What you got going on over there, Eric? Yes or no? Yes or no? Answer the question. Answer the question.
You can't handle the truth. I have one.
You have one?
Yeah.
You have one? It's in the drawer?
Kinda.
It's in my wallet?
Kinda.
Okay. Well, your protection does not do us any good if you are not. It stays
in the wrap right now. I got it. Yeah.
All right. Question number 7.
Yeah.
Is your server monitored for malware?
24/7.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Question number 8. Yes or no on your website protection. Do you use SFTP instead of FTP to upload files to your website? Now, FTP, they say, stands for File Transfer Protocol.
Right. And SFTP is secure.
Is the secure.
Right.
Right. It encrypts and protects your login credentials during the upload process.
If I used FTP at all, the answer would be yes. I know that the people who work on our website, they all use SFTP.
All right. You're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
You're doing pretty good, Eric.
Yeah. I take this seriously.
Yeah. And you have to.
We have an empire to protect and our people too.
Right. And so you gain peace of mind. It is up to us to protect our own information and the information of those coming to our sites as well. We don't want to be the bug in the system. Question number 9. Do you have daily backups of your website?
What do you think?
I'm going to say yes.
You are correct.
I'm going to say yes. And only because there was a time the answer was no.
I'm anal about this.
Right. And we had a gal on yesterday talking about ransomware. Yeah. And if you don't have a daily backup to your website and somebody ransoms off your website and you've got nothing, this is where that backup protects you. So don't assume your hosting company automatically backs up your website files daily. Some do. You might have to pay an additional fee. And they say that backing up your website server is not the same as the backup protection for an employee desktop files, that those are different things. So your website is being backed up, but then you also have to talk about, and so this is different than your website protection. Are your employees backing up their files on a regular basis?
Yeah, absolutely.
As well?
And it all goes to the bottom line. And backups are so easy now through cloud-based backups as well as hard drives that you can external hard drives that you can take and put into a fireproof safe and or take to a remote location like a safe deposit box.
No, just leave it sitting there right next to your laptop.
That's
it's
brilliant.
All good. Yeah, it's all good. Final question in our website protection quiz today. Are your passwords difficult or are they all the same as they've always have been and never changed?
Yes, my passwords are difficult for the website.
Okay, for the website.
Yeah, passwords are difficult. Passwords spelled with 5s, but don't tell anybody.
Okay, so this is where we just make it so easy for the hackers. All your passwords should have combinations of numbers, letters, and characters, and you should not be reused. The same password should not be reused for another application. So if you got a perfect 10, congratulations, right? You are protected. But if you answered no or aren't sure on some of those, now you've got some work to do and you know where to start. So start investigating some solutions, schedule a meeting with your IT consultant, make sure that your website is as secure as possible. You just don't want to make it easy. It doesn't mean that somebody isn't going to try and that nothing bad will ever happen. But at least you know you did what you could to keep yourself safe.
There you go. And all of that is so important. And let's talk a little bit about those backups, because this is really where we learned a painful lesson. We lost 4 years of financials one day, and I still remember the crocodile tears.
It wasn't just financials. It was everything.
Came out of your eyes.
It was everything. Yeah. And we had to start from nothing, start from scratch when my my hard drive crashed and I had 0 backups.
It takes, we carry, at our office, we carry just these little terabyte hard drives. And it takes literally the action of plugging it in is what starts it to doing its backup. And it takes 5 minutes, and everything you've done is backed up. And if you did it just every week, you would not find crocodile tears.
Right. And so, and there's so many resources. And your passwords. Change your passwords. Make sure they're hard passwords. We've done a lot of different episodes on safe passwords, and some of you are still waiting to make those changes.
Open Sesame is no longer valid. We'll be back right after these messages. You're listening to Angel Tussey and Eric Kramer. This is the Experienced Pros Radio Network.